Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we studied many things about attributes of output primitives and what are output primitives. In this video, we'll be seeing more of algorithm based study. So now we are going to see about what is line drawing algorithm, and one of its line drawing algorithm is DDA algorithm, known as digital differential analyzer algorithm. Okay, so first, for a line drawing algorithm, we have four conditions actually. So the first condition is the line should be terminated. So what it means is that the line must have a starting point as well as an ending point. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one is the density should be constant. So what this means is, for a terminating line, the first half cannot be thicker and the second half cannot be thinner. If from the starting till the ending, the line should be of the same density. Okay. Third is independent of length and angle. So what it means is the density, that is whether it is thick or thin, must be independent of the length of the line and angle of the line. Okay, so the line can be like this or it can be like this, the length can be longer or it can be the same length or it can be shorter. That must not depend upon the density of the line. Okay, so and the last is the end points must be specified. So for any algorithm that we are going to see for line drawing, the end points, that is the starting point and the ending point, must be present. Okay, so it must be a line segment. Okay, now let us go to the DDA algorithm, differential digital analyzer algorithm, sorry, digital differential analyzer algorithm. So in this algorithm, first we need to calculate the Cartesian slope. So we would have all studied in our class 12th and 11th that we have to calculate how to calculate the slope. So let us take an example, a line equation of y equals to mx plus b, where the slope can be defined, m can be defined as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, where y2 and x2 are the end point coordinates and y1 and x1 are the starting point coordinates, and b is the intercept. So if you extrapolate the line here, it will intercept this y-axis at this point b, and this b can be found by just rearranging, that is y minus mx. So to understand DDA algorithm a little better, let me explain this entire algorithm and how it functions using an example, so you will be able to understand it better. So now let us take, if there is a question that is asked that use DDA algorithm to find the middle points between 10 and 6, which is the starting point, and 15 and 9, which is the ending point. So the first step what you will do is to calculate the slope. So slope m equals to y2 minus y1, that is 9 minus 6, divided by x2 minus x1, that is 15 minus 10, which is equal to 3 by 5, and that will be equal to 0.6. So the essential condition we need to calculate is whether this m is less than 1 or greater than 1. So why we are calculating is, if slope is less than 1, we know that the denominator is greater than the numerator, that is del x. Del x is x2 minus x1. So this del x is greater than del y. Okay, so if that is the case, so the next x step must be what is the given x plus 1. Okay, so I hope you're understanding. So will be clear when we solve this problem. So you just remember, when m is less than 1, the del x value is greater than del y value. That is, the denominator is greater than the numerator. That time the x must be incremented by 1 and y must be incremented by the slope value. Okay, so this is the formula for when the slope is less than 1. When the slope is greater than or equal to 1, suppose if this is 1.2, that time we know that the del y value, that is this numerator value, will be greater than the denominator value. So at that time what we have to do is we have to increment the y value by 1 and increment the x value by 1 by m. So how we got this is from the line equation what we derived before. Okay, so now let us see how to solve this problem. So the first 2 points are 10 comma 6. So I am writing xk as 10 and yk as 6. So I have calculated the slope value as 0.6, which is less than 1. So I have to use this formula. Okay, so we can see that xk plus 1, that is the next point of x, is the value of x at the current point plus 1. So 10 will become 11, and yk plus 1 is yk plus m is 0.6, so yk will become 6.6. Okay, so we have to continue this process until 10 becomes 15. Okay, so we have to continue 10, 11, it becomes 6.6. For 12 it becomes plus another 0.6, you add 7.2, then 13 7.8, 14 8.4, and if you see, the end point is reached at 15 9.0, which is the end point given. Okay, so in this algorithm we have one more thing, is that we will use round off function. That is, if we get values like 6.6, we will round off to 7. So the final answer will be 11 comma 7. And if the decimal value is less than 5, we will make it the original value, that is closer to the normal value. So this one 7.2 will become 7. Okay, so 7.8, which is greater than 0.5 decimal, so this will become 8. 8.4 will become 8. So because it's less than 8.5, and 9 will be 9. So this is the DDA algorithm, and this is how you will work with DDA algorithm. The next one is Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. This Bresenham line drawing algorithm is far more superior than the DDA algorithm. Okay, so let us see how this Bresenham's line drawing algorithm is done. So the first step is we have the x1 y1 and x2 y2, that is the start and the end points will be given in the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. Okay, now for the step 2, we will be finding the decision parameter value. So when you get this x1 y1 x2 y2, we will calculate del x and del y, where del x equals to x2 minus x1 and del y is equal to y2 minus y1. Here it is given as dx and dy. So after calculating this, we will find the decision parameter di, that is equal to 2 into del y minus dx, 2 into dy minus dx. Okay, so we will calculate this di value. So just as we did for DDA algorithm using the slope, we have two conditions. Okay, for slope we checked if m is greater than or less than equal to 1. So in this step 3, we will check if the decision parameter is greater than 0. So if we check if this decision parameter is greater than equal to 0, we will find the next decision parameter di plus 1. Okay, so that will be equal to the original decision parameter plus 2 dy minus 2 dx. Okay, so and the next point will be, we saw the initial point as x1 y1 and x2 y2. X2 y2 is the end point. We have to consider x1 y1 as the initial point. So the next point xn yn will be x1 plus 1 y1 plus 1 if di is greater than 0. If di is less than 0, then the next decision parameter will be di plus 2 dx. One more thing is, if di is less than 0, we do not take this condition. Okay, we directly come to this condition, and the next parameter will be di plus 2 dy. Okay, at that time the next point will be xn will be x1 plus 1 and y1 will be y1. If you see, if di is greater than 0, the next point of x is updated by 1 and the next point of y is updated by 1. But if di is less than 0, the next point of x is updated by 1, but the next point of y is the initial point of y, that is y1. So this is how we do, this is the algorithm of Bresenham's line drawing. So let us see one problem. Explain Bresenham's line drawing algorithm by plotting the line by using Bresenham's line generating algorithm. from 1 comma 1 to 5 comma 3. So x1 y1 is 1 1, x2 y2 is 5 3. So first we'll calculate del x. What is del x? X2 minus x1, that is 5 minus 1, which is 4. Then we'll calculate del y. This is y2 minus y1. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so now what we are doing is we are taking the decision parameter. So pk equals to 2 del y minus del x. So we saw this is the decision parameter for Bresenham's line drawing algorithm, which is 2 del y is 4 minus 4 equals to 0. So if pk is greater than 0, if pk is less than 0. Okay, so if pk is greater than 0, we have the next parameter equation, and the x value will be incremented by 1, y value will be incremented by 1. If pk is less than 0, this is the next decision parameter value. Then x will be incremented by 1, y will be same. So here, first when pk equals to 0, we know that the initial condition is 1 comma 1. So what happens is when pk equals to 0, it comes in this condition, that is pk greater than or equal to 0. So what we do is we update both x1 and y value. So it becomes 2 comma 2. Then again, when after updating is, we will calculate pk plus 1, right? So when we calculate pk plus 1, if pk plus 1 is, next step is whether to check if pk plus 1 is greater than or less than 0. So when we substitute the value of del y and del x in this, we get pk plus 1 as minus 4. So this value, this decision parameter value is now less than 0. Okay, so the next value, if you see, only x will be updated by 1, but y will be remain as same. Now again, this decision parameter, the value of x new, the del x del y value will be substituted in this parameter, and it will be calculated again. So when you substitute in this parameter, we will get xk plus 1 as 0. So we'll take that as the new decision parameter. So 0, we know that that comes under this condition, which is greater than 0. So x1 y1 will be updated by 1. So 3 becomes 4, 2 becomes 3. And again, this decision parameter will be calculated, and it will be calculated again. So till which value we have to calculate is when x and y reach the end point value. So till that value we have to calculate. We have to keep on doing this. We have to keep on doing this loop to calculate the decision parameter and keep on updating the x and y value. So this is how we'll do the DDA line drawing algorithm and also the Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So that's all for this video. We'll see the next video on midpoint circle drawing algorithm.